Hello, my friends, dear audiences. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on East West with G&E TV. As once again, thank God, it's a Friday, TGIF stuff. We are putting together some info about the community, which is more important than anything, even than your dollars in your purse, your wallet. It is about our awareness of the drugs, about our young people, about schools, about our future. Joining me are two great individuals. And to my right hand, first I have Chief Dom Fernando. Fernald.
Yes, sir.
Chief Dom Fernald. He is from the Roland High School District Police Department.
Yes.
All right. And also joining him to the right hand side to Dom, we have Dr. David Alfaro.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, you're a dentist, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, maybe later after the show, we'll talk about my teeth.
That sounds great.
Okay, good. Being a member, a long-standing member at the Rotary Club. Oh, by the way, you've seen the Rotary images quite often because at this show, we decided whoever promotes the life, the positive life that we promote them. It's our principle. Okay. With that as a brief introduction, let's start the talk. Right now, we're talking about the awareness month of the red ribbon and the drugs. Okay. So, with our police chief, can you please, Dom, give us a briefing about how we shall be aware of the issue, please?
Of the Red Ribbon Rally or drugs in general?
Yes, both, please.
Both? Well, the Red Ribbon Rally is a joint project between the two Rotary Clubs in West Covina and the school district, police department, and fire department. The primary focus is to try to help families and children find other alternatives to using drugs or being involved with drugs. As a past chief of police, Daryl Gates from LAPD once said, if we can reach out and help one child, then we've been successful.
I see.
And I think that is what we are looking to do. If we can reach out, and we may never know if we ever reach out to that child, but if we've made a difference in somebody's family, a child's family, then I think Dave and I and the people that have been doing this for 25 years will be very pleased.
I see. What is the second issue of drugs? They are parallel to each other, or the second issue?
Well, drugs are always going to be a problem. No matter how you look at it, there's always going to be that issue. If we don't find other alternatives for people to turn to, then sometimes they find that as an alternative to turn to.
I see.
And for them, it's their escape from reality for a period of time. I equate it much to like going to a theater. If you really go to a movie and you're really involved in the movie, everything around you just you kind of forget all those things and you're focused on the movie. But when you leave the movie, reality is back there again.
Yeah, you're right.
For most drug users, that's the same thing. Their reality is gone for that period of time, but then when the effects of drugs are gone, they're right back to where their problems were. So they really haven't solved their problems. They just kind of masked them for a period of time.
Very good. Okay, back to David. What's your take about the necessity of the two issues?
The necessity of the two issues is we are all very aware that it affects our whole community. Drugs affects children primarily because the adults, we should look at adults to take care of these kids, but yet they're not taking care of themselves.
I see.
And by not taking care of themselves, they're not keeping tabs on our kids, and we want our kids to become the future of our country, the future of our community. And if we just know drugs don't help this situation at all, and we don't help these people become better citizens, which is what we'd like to do for our community.
And we all understand that the public safety sometimes always as a rule almost includes about your public safety and also your fire awareness, fire danger awareness. Also the one that behind you, you quite often did not realize it's a drug problem. It's surrounding you almost everywhere. Exactly. It was exactly by coincidence. Last night I read about an article. A guy, squeaky clean guy with a good business that makes tons of money, all right, went to one pub at a party, what they call, and they started doing the drug thing. That make them feel high. The head shake, what you call it? You call that? The head rocking stuff, make you rock like a machine stuff. And he tried once, and he was told he will not be addicted to it. Just one use is okay. And later on, he did become addicted to it. And then he had to buy it, again and again, and finally he lost the whole business.
Sure.
And his wife, his child, his kids, whole family, and his house. He is one of the ones on the street. He joined them. So as you can see how important that is. So do you have examples or bad examples like this kind to bring the community the awareness about how serious that is?
Well, I think all you need to do is watch sports news and see all the sports figures who are supposed to be role models for our kids that are involved in drugs. And they were just talking about one last night that on the television where he had 3 incidents when he was in college. Pro football tried to give him an opportunity and wiped the slate clean, and he came onto that football team and started having the same problems. One person says he needs to clean his act up. The other person says, well, he's addicted, he needs help. So it's probably both sides of it. He needs to get himself better in a better position, but he also needs help to probably get there.
Sure.
But at some point in time, he's going to have to really make the decision. He's the one that has to make the choice. You can try to bring somebody to the table and try to help them out, but if they don't want to make that decision or make that choice,
I see.
It's going to be extremely difficult for everybody involved.
I see.
And then he'll end up in the position like you spoke about.
Of course. It doesn't surprise me that I see some law enforcement officers involved in these activities, but it does to me for a doctor to get involved this much, David. Well, it's quite impressive. Tell me how you feel about it, please.
Well, I'm involved in our community. I grew up in this community. I have had the honor and pleasure of becoming a Rotarian for this community, and through Rotary Club, and through our organization. And 25 years ago, Nancy Reagan and our government decided to do the Say No to Drugs. And with that, we one of our members heard about the Red Ribbon Rally, Red Ribbon situation with Kiki Camarena, and he decided to do something about it. Decided to do something about it at the West Covina High School, and that's where we've been ever since, to help not only the high school kids, but our junior high kids and our grammar school kids, and teach them a better way of life. Give them examples for a better way of life. So that's what we continue to do.
Sure. While doing my homework for this show, I read about the prep of the Kiki stories, the Kiki family and Kiki story herself. I mean, the story itself, though. Can you please bring my audience about the Kiki story?
Well, Kiki Camarena grew up in down in the southern part of California, around the Mexican border. He came to California, became a police officer. He was a fighter for a period of time. And at one point, he decided to go to work for the Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA. So he had a conversation with his mother and told her that he tries to make a difference in what's going on.
I see.
He moved down to Mexico as part of the DEA organization. Family went down there with him.
I see.
And he was battling that battle for us to try to keep drugs out of the United States. And because of the battle that he fought down there, he paid the ultimate sacrifice and he was killed.
I see.
The folks in the area where he grew up wanted to do something to recognize his efforts, and they started the Red Ribbon process, and it's just gone all over the world from that point.
And I saw the prep, and I saw the handsome picture of Officer Kiki, and it's quite an impressive face. It's a young life that wasted. Yes. So lots of people, put it this way, it is an issue that a lot of people die from as a problem they suffer. It is an issue lots of heroes die in the cause of fighting against it. So either way, it's a thing that costs life, you know. So David, when you are involved in the, I call it campaign, I call this a promotion, how do you feel about your support?
Well, we're very proud of our support. We're very proud of, I believe, what we see at our rally and what the responses we get after the rally and the positive feedback that we get. We bring the community together under one roof and under one cause.
I see.
And that is to continue to educate our young people. And if we can continue to educate them, we hope that most of them will stay away from drugs and being hooked, so to say, on this evil. And that's what our cause is. So we're very proud of the fact that we are involved. We have a great committee. It's a great team of people, and we enjoy producing this event.
Of course, of course. And it's good that our community sees, the majority of our community sees the sunshine part of our life. But here, it is a hard fact that people, you know, depressed sometimes, they feel they need some kind of something to hold on. Yet they just pick up the wrong thing to hold on to.
True.
That the thing they try to hold on will not hold on them.
True.
So they die from it, they suffer from it, they at least, well, they do anything, the negative side from it. So joining me today are two great gentlemen who are devoted in the great cause of promoting Say No to Drugs. They call it the Red Ribbon Awareness and the Drug Awareness. Such a campaign that at this show, G&E TV, we pay a lot of attention to. Let's take a short moment out. When we come back, we'll find out what positive things can we do to reverse it, to subtract our kids from it. Right? That's also important. So